Hello Taurus, and welcome to your monthly tarot advice for the month of April. I can't believe I'm saying that already. It feels like that has gone way too quickly for me. I don't know, does it just feel like that for me, or are you feeling it too? Let's have a real good shuffle here. We'll see what you need to know about the month ahead. But as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And you guys know me, I love to know if things resonate for you. So you'll have to let me know in the comments down below. And we'll go ahead and shove this a little bit further just until it feels right. And then we'll split the deck and find out the energies for the month ahead. That's the Page of Pentacles. We'll see if he comes back out at some point today. We have your current energy is looking like the Two of Cups. Okay, so a partnership is definitely a theme or a focus this month. Now, the Two of Cups usually is something that you have an emotional investment in, but it does not have to be a romantic soulmate connection. It can be platonic, it could be a work partnership. So as always, take it as it resonates. I feel like, oh, the Hermit. Was you swearing off like connections like this in some way? Was you like, I'm gonna work on myself for a while? I don't know why that's the energy that I was feeling, but I feel like that's definitely the energy that might be shifting this month of April. Interesting. Let's see what your work and career are showing, and then we can always clarify things further later, so don't you worry. 8 of Wands. Okay. Movement. Now again, I say work and career, this can be in hobbies, this can be in what your general purpose in life is, but again, things are moving forwards. You're having fast movement towards your goals in some way here. Let's have a little look. Why does it feel like everybody in this position is kind of petty and competitive, and you kind of just rose above it and found another way instead of just, you know, being like one of the others that is putting everybody else around them down to try and get a leg up? I feel like you found a way around it. You found a way to do it a little bit differently, and that is where you found the progress and found the movement and really found what worked for you. And I feel like a lot of people maybe are, I don't want to say they're shunning you now, so maybe that's where this Hermit energy comes from, but it feels like you definitely were kind of maybe outcast, because you didn't do it how everybody else did it, Taurus. You found your own way. And your own way seemed to work better, and I feel like people just aren't really very understanding of that. For your relationships and love, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Three of Wands. Again, it feels like this, you're having movement here, and I feel like your mind might be rapidly changing about things, and you didn't really expect your mind to change maybe quite so quickly about things. Again, it feels like something you weren't planning this. You maybe even had sworn off relationships, but it feels like someone is making a move into your energy, and it's like you don't want to push them away, you don't want to fight it, instead you actually maybe even want to explore it. And again, I feel like this is kind of going a little bit at odds for you in your mind, because it's like, I said I would just focus on myself. I said I would just focus on my career, my work, my hobbies. Look how well everything is going for me. I don't want to sabotage it with a connection, but this connection feels fun. It feels nice. I want to continue it. 333. So there is growth, and you are putting work and energy into it, and there is an opportunity for it to build into something a lot more stable here. Let's see what your home and family life look like. 4 of Wands. I was going to say 4 there. 4 of Wands and the King of Wands. You have a lot of stability going on for you right now. You've worked hard and you've built this. I don't know why I was going to say you've built this from nothing. It does definitely feel like maybe, why does it feel like maybe you weren't supposed to have opportunities this good, Taurus? Things maybe weren't supposed to be working out this well for you. Maybe even you're a little bit shocked by it. I'm definitely feeling that energy of you are in that fake it till you make it energy. King of Wands, so you're finding your confidence, you're finding your footing. It's taking you some time. Again, there's so much stability that you're working towards here, that you're building for yourself. There's a lot of security. I can't steer away from the word stability and security. Strong foundations here. I feel like you really can have anything you want. 4 on the timer here, so it really is this energy. You've worked hard for it. It feels like the natural progression of things. You're advised your best way to navigate this month, we have strength coming through, so having patience, riding it out, you know, not making any rash decisions, not forcing anything, just seeing just seeing where things go might be the best way to go about things for you here. And we also have the Hierophant. You don't need to know everything. You don't have to have it all figured out. You can just go along with the journey. You can just go along with the journey. You don't have to teach. You don't have to know. You don't have to do things traditionally. You can just do things the way that feel right for you, Taurus. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am so sorry. I completely threw my camera at the cards. And I feel like you really worry so much about having it all figured out, about having a plan and sticking to the plan, and when things aren't going towards your plan, it does kind of feel like I don't want to say you panic. There's so much good energy coming through in your reading here. You also have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. So again, it's just building towards more stability. There's going to be stability in finances. I feel like you've made progress really amazingly in your career, your hobbies. Home life feels so calm, and that you're finally working as a team or as a community. I feel like you've learned a lot from reflecting as a hermit, but we are going to clarify further here with our lovely cat deck and see what else you might need to know about. What does Taurus need to know more about, please, Spirit? Anything else that Taurus needs to know here? What do we have flying out? We have Temperance, Justice, reversed. It's funny because I think we're having a full moon in Libra coming up here soon, so it might be a good time for you to release things that you felt weren't fair and weren't just for you. Because again, I was saying, Aries, that it feels like oh my goodness, I called you Aries, I'm so sorry. There might be some cross watches or some overlap in your charts here. But I said in your reading earlier that it felt like maybe people around you were telling you, or maybe you had even felt like you weren't supposed to have the opportunities that you had. Maybe you did not really have a fair beginning and a fair start. And the fact that you have Justice reversed and Temperance coming out, I feel like you're very at odds with, I don't know, maybe you struggle with black and white thinking here. Maybe you have a very strong sense of justice, and it feels like there are things that were wrong and handled badly and weren't right and weren't fair and weren't balanced and weren't just. And I feel like that is something that you might be struggling with here, and I feel like this full moon in Libra might be a good time for you to release that and to try to restore balance in I feel like within yourself at this time, because again, I feel like things are going really well for you and building security, but I feel like there's a part of your mind that is just like, it wasn't supposed to, this isn't fair, this isn't right, these weren't the opportunities I was supposed to have, or it wasn't supposed to be like this, or I should have done, they should have, I don't know what it is. Strength again there. What else does Taurus need to know at this time, please, Spirit? The Page of Swords, Judgment, Two of Pentacles. So again, I do want to say maybe there is some crosswatch. Oh, and the Hermit. Crosswatches here with Aries, because this is very similar energy. Three of Wands again. You don't have to have it all planned out. Having a general idea is working for you. You know, you're very studious. I'm feeling that you'd like to research and then make a plan and make the best call and have it all figured out, and you kind of go solo about it. It's worked for a lot of things, but you can't do it all the time. I feel like it is very it's a very draining thing here, and you're not always going to be able to plan for every outcome. You're not going to be able to plan for everything. And again, you don't have to have all the steps planned out. You don't have to know every bit of information that you could possibly know. I think that's what you're really struggling with here. Again, I don't know why, maybe because the Hierophant's here and the Page of Swords is here that you're doing, and the Hermit, and it makes me feel like maybe you really are studying something here. Maybe doing school of some kind, a course. But being open to being a student and being able to say, like, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn, I think says a lot more about your character than pretending like you know everything and pretending that you've got it all figured out. I think you appear a lot more cooler and a lot more chic. I don't know why I want to use the word chic, but you look cool and fancy and chic if you be like, actually no, I don't know, like, can you educate me, or I'll have to read something about that. I think that makes you look a lot more cooler than being like, yeah, I've heard of that, I know it, yeah. You know, I think being honest, I think that's another thing, is because you do have this, I don't know why I feel like I want to say you have this strong sense of justice, of things needing to be right, done the right way, that you feel like you have to just know everything to maybe be accepted. Again, that's not the case. Like I said, I feel like oh, sorry if you hear sirens in the background. I feel like it would be so cool of you to just admit that you don't know everything and that you're open to learn and that, like, you're new at things. I think trying is something that's even braver than pretending that you know everything. Let's get a few more cards here for you. 8 of Swords. And the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like that's definitely what you're struggling with here, is where you're putting your time and energy, or maybe where you're putting your finances. Again, I feel like you said really that you would be focusing on yourself here, focusing on your studies and being around people, being around these connections that you maybe do want to explore a bit more. It's maybe making you overthink what you had said. Can you stick to your own word? All these things. And I think the plans changing is okay. You know, like I said, if someone is coming into your energy that you had not planned for, and you like them in your energy and you want to stay and you want to get to know them better, there's nothing wrong with abandoning the previous plan. I mean, it's always there as a backup plan, you know, but changing the plans is always acceptable, and it's not something you need to overthink and worry too much about, because we're humans. We grow, we change our opinions as we learn, and I think that's also something that you need to come to terms with here. I don't know why I want to keep calling you Aries. It's something you have to come to terms with here, Taurus, is that, you know, you'll never know everything. And the plan will change based on what you learn, and it's okay to look stupid and to have things go wrong because you didn't know, but now you know better, so you can do better. I feel like that's a very important theme for you here. I'll be very interested to know if there are any cross watches from Aries, or if there are any people that have Aries in their chart as well watching, because again, I don't know why I keep calling you Aries, and the readings are not too similar with Aries reading this month and your reading this month, but again, I'm so sorry about that. Again, I don't know why I want to pull out this deck and give this a shuffle and just see if, again, one final thing of anything you need to know. The Page of Pentacles, he did come out again. Again, it's okay to make an investment in yourself. We also have Temperance there. Making an investment in yourself and being like, I don't know everything, but I'm going to learn and I'm going to grow and I'm going to change and I'm going to make an investment into that. It's okay to learn as you go as well. The Page of Pentacles, pages in general, they do just feel like apprentices, you know, learning on the job and being paid in knowledge. There's a lot of growth in that. Final thing for Taurus, please, Spirit. A few final cards for Spirit. A few final cards for Taurus, please, Spirit. And we have the 9 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and one more we'll go with the 2 of Wands. I think also shifting boundaries is important, maybe for you now, Taurus. I don't know why I all of a sudden wanted to get really quiet when I spoke about this. I feel like your boundaries are very heavily tied to your plans. That's why I don't know why I feel like I want to say they are very rigid, but you need to be more flexible. Here's a big thing that's coming through. Learning and being flexible and changing as you grow and changing as you gain knowledge is very important for you here. I just want to keep saying, like, it's okay for you to not know everything, and I feel like it's beautiful that you don't, and I think it's, again, even more amazing for you to be like, I want to learn. I think that you being able to be like, yeah, I don't know that, can you teach me, can I learn, again, is such a beautiful thing, and I think it's so important for you this month here. This has been such an interesting reading, Taurus. So again, I'm very interested to hear how this would resonate for you. So please do let me know in the comments down below. I hope it does resonate. And please like, subscribe, do all these YouTube things. And if you've watched this far, I truly appreciate you.